It's Laura Eubanks and Bentley the Succulent Dog with your succulent tip of the day and Walkabout Wednesday in my late April succulent garden. I cheated on you guys. I got a wild hair yesterday and I tore into this place. While it's still fresh in my mind, I wanted to go over the changes with you. I was the only one home. Hannah's on another cruise, and Greg was off doing something. I didn't have anybody to hold the phone anyway, so sorry. But, we'll reenact. Okay, for starters, you may notice a new child in my nursery. Get this beautiful cristata. I got this at Botanic Wonders, Al Klein's place. Popped that in. And also this adorable mixed mammillaria. I'm all about the collectibles now. I'm kind of becoming kind of obsessive and snobbish about weeding out some of the more common plants and popping in more collectible things. The Petalanthus bracteatus is not doing a lot yet. Still just pretty much sticks. I do see some little blooms. It will leaf out here very quickly. Now that the weather is warmer, the nights are warmer, the days are longer, y'all have patience. Yours will too. Then I got some more fun things. Let me see, the light's not the greatest right now. But I got more beautiful little interesting cactus and succulents from Al's. Do not ask me the names of these things. I don't have them memorized yet, but I'm just so into, these little cactus. Look at that. I mean, it's just so amazing to me. They're so geometrical and so perfect. Okay, so over here, you will note that I dropped the hammer and I took out my blue glows. I had a great big one where this gorgeous creature now resides. I popped the blue glows into my Escondido installation a few weeks ago. I was just over them. It's just one of those things. Blue glows kind of run its course for me, and I'm really excited about the larger mammillarias that I can get from Brandon at Desert Theater. Look at that. Oh gosh. And again, this is supposed to be a coral reef, so I'm trying to be mindful and be very reefy as well. So continuing the tour, my Millieyes have done fantastic here in Vista. These things have been blooming all through the winter. So spectacular. And despite all the rain and all the wind, not a rock out of place, not a fiberglass out of place. That just amazes me. I really expected to have to do some cleanup and redesign, but didn't have to. These are so well behaved. Check this out. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. I had a little kind of nothing burger like Aloe nobilis or something over here, and I popped in this beautiful Gymnocalacium. How cute is that? All right, then round back, I pulled out the Mangave Aztec King. I think I figured it out. I think I figured out the difference between Mission to Mars and Aztec King. Mission to Mars is deeper purple and Aztec King is gray, more gray. So anywho, I got a spot here for another collectible, yay. This little cactus is not looking the greatest. Look at that, yuck. Yucky, don't like that, but it's, whatever. I'll probably find something better to put in there at some point. But meanwhile, over here, the Athona capensis is doing its thing. Earlier today, those little yellow flowers were open, and now they've closed, which is very, very cute. Didn't make any changes in here. This is all original. I did a lot of deadheading because my blooms just got bombarded with aphids this year, and I don't I just don't feel like coming out here with rubbing alcohol and going over every bloom. So I've just been culling the blooms. My Ferox is getting bigger. I love watching this grow. It has not bloomed yet, so I don't know, I have the slightest idea what the cross is. But maybe next year, right? Okay. Then flipping back around this way, here's another adorable little mammillaria from Brandon at Desert Theater. The smaller of the blue glows was here. And so I just popped in some leftover rock that I had. This is white creva. And hi, Bentley. Hey, buddy. Oh, whoa. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. He came in hot. Yeah. So here, I don't know if I told you, don't remember, but I did take out my Aeonium Sunburst crest, and it was just completely like hard, like almost petrified. It was rotten. So, but it had calloused. However, it was getting nothing. There was no nutrients moving into the plant, which is why it was so stunted. And I just put the cutting, threw away the dead part, and popped the cutting back in the ground. So it's, not quite as dramatically beautiful as it was, but we'll see, how it does. And since I had some space, I popped a couple of little collectible cactus in here. How cute are they? This is a little, look at that, just getting ready to throw off some flowers. And then more Millii that has done fantastic. Here is the Aztec King Mangave. And then I'll show you the Mission to Mars that I planted in my Talavera pot here in a minute. Also got another Euphorbia Harita from Al at Botanic Wonders. I love the one that I have here that I brought from Chula Vista so much that I grabbed another one. I also bought a couple of Susan Ock pots while I was there, and one from the Mad Potter. I had this little baby aloe ramosissima since last year, and it was still in its little plastic nursery pot, so I got rid of the Buddha's belly. It was rotten. It also did not survive the winter. And planted this cute little ramosissima in there. Tightened up this little pot of blue atoll and setivaria. Pulled out the Dorothea aloe, cut off the roots and reset her so she'll stay nice and red. Okay. Then moving on, I just clipped off, really satisfied the old OCD. I clipped all of the pilled and dying leaves off of my Crassula argentea sunset. Thinned it out a lot. I can see the trunk now. I wanted to keep this one kind of bonsai'd. And I just love the yellow color. Remember when I moved this plant into this pot and it was green and I said, don't worry, it'll turn yellow soon? Well, there you go. And then moving on, here is the Mission to Mars in the Talavera pot. I think it's going to do really well there for a really long time. Almost can't see my Talavera ball anymore, huh? Might have to find a new home for that. And then these Fred Ives, look at the blooms, they're just going crazy. They don't have any aphids on them yet, so I let them ride. And then, of course, my larger Ramosissima back there is doing really, really well. Very happy with that. And the Agave variegata has been throwing off new leaves like crazy. Even, just since all the rains, she's thrown off 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 new leaves. I know because they don't have a mark on them, where the ones from the storm have all that hail damage. So look at these though, they're perfect. So she's throwing off a lot of new leaves, which makes me very, very happy. The Aloe Blue Elf went wacky this year. Bloom, 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 bloom. Didn't make any changes in here. This has all remained the same. No changes here. I need to straighten out my cactus. My Talavera vera cactus is crooked. Oh, I cleaned up the Pachypodium whale's tail. My crested Lemurii. Isn't that stunning? That was fun. It took me about 15 minutes. It was so soothing. I just pulled all the brown leaves off of it, and this is all the flush of new growth. Here's that Euphorbia snowflake I was talking about that I brought with me from Chula Vista that has just been spectacular the entire time we've lived here. So yeah, we moved in here in August. This garden went in August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 8 months. She's 8 months old. And my clam still looks great. I know, at some point I'll have to rework her, but she's still looking good. My Fred Ives crest is looking good. My Echeveria sea dragon in the Susan Ock pot is so cool. So Balzac-y. Just amazing. And, like it knew I was talking about it, my variegated agave reginae, look at it, it's thrown off some new leaves and it doesn't look as tragic. It's still not great, but it's definitely decided to set up housekeeping and it's looking much, much better. What have I got for you over here? The Aloe tongaensis has thrown off a new flush of leaves. It looks terrific. I didn't do any or make any changes at all in here. But in other news, I was sitting over underneath the umbrella and I noticed that the aloe Walkensii, the green upright aloe that was in this orange pot, just didn't look great. Didn't look great. After I cut off the blooms, it just looked kind of ratty, and I'm all about making sure that, my rule, if you're in a pot, you need to look good. So I moved the variegated millii into the orange pot. Those are just a couple of leftover Fred Ives at the base, because the Fred Ives are propagating like crazy, and I have more than I know what to do with. And I moved the Walkensii into the ground, and I'm so much happier with that combo. Also, I didn't love the green from the Bicarnia and the green from the aloe right next to each other. So breaking it up like that, I'm really, really happy with how that looks. Then over here, no changes. Little alyssum that's popping up, little volunteer alyssum. Love that so much. That came with me from Chula Vista. This Gymnocalacium is looking great. Just beautiful over here with bikini bottom. And this, of course, is my agave sun glow. Not a blue glow, but a sun glow. So I'm letting it live. I don't hate that at all. It's really pretty. And yeah, that one's great. There's a new one at Oasis called Snow Glow. You might check that out if you're close. And how great do the Aeonium kiwis look right now? Look at that. They won't look great forever, but for now, I am enjoying the heck out of those. All of the stuff over here didn't change anything. It's all just starting to mesh together so beautifully. Coming on around. My grandkids are trained and they're very, very careful around the pokies, but still, this Perrii right here was giving me hives. It's so close to the path that I trimmed all of the thorns, except for one. This one, the terminal bud here still needs trimmed, but I trimmed all of the pokies off of that just for my own peace of mind. And this Titanota got hammered with weather. Look at the back side of the leaves. And I was really contemplating, do I want to keep this? Because that's some prime real estate right there, isn't it? I'm like, I don't know. It hasn't really done anything since we moved in. And then as though it knew I was talking about it, it's starting to open up and throw off a new leaf. And it's got this really interesting yellow variegation. I'm just curious to see what that's all about. So yeah, we'll see. Stay of execution on the Titanota. And then the Pisanii, my euphorbia. I don't know, guys. It's turgid. It's not, you know, mushy or anything. I think it's gonna be okay, but right now it's not looking great. Here's another cute little collectible cactus I got at Al's Botanic Wonders in Vista in a new Succulents pot. Yippee. Okay, and over here, this is just kind of a workstation, and then the succulent chair is stunning, although my Aeonium Sunburst is blooming out, so I need to make a decision there, pop a new one in probably. But really happy with the chair. And then my favorite little cutout area. I took so many spent blooms off of the Blue Elf, and still there are so many. Oh, I also removed a lot of my macrocarpa from the garden over on the golf course side. It just didn't look good anymore. You know, I needed it in the early days when I had a baby garden, but as things are starting to grow, just didn't feel like I needed it. Oh, how could I forget this beautiful creature? Another Agave Victoria Reginae compacta from Al's Botanic Wonders. Love that plant so much. It's one of my favorites. Look at that. My blowfish. And my Aloe plicatilus is blooming so beautifully. Then here's another little collectible from Al's. Super cute. Succulents pot. All right, then over here, this is my original compacta that I brought from Chula Vista. And then I put another little mammillaria here. I had a barrel cactus here, and I needed it in the Escondido project. So there was a hole. So I put a cute little mammy in there. And then these are a couple of cool little pieces of Talavera from Robert, Planter Paradise. This beautiful variegated agave. Where did I get this? Where did I get that? Did I get it? I don't know. I don't know where I got that. Oh well. If you remember, please let me know in the comments. And then, miracle of miracles, remember my spiral cactus, right? And how it started turning the other direction. Because when I moved from Chula Vista, I wasn't paying attention to the exposure. So it decided to go a different way. And here is where, this has been all the growth since we've moved from Chula Vista. Bentley, he's leaning on me. And I decided not to stress about that or be upset about that, because that would just mark the move. And I can now chart, that's 8 months of growth. And look, guys, down here, she's had a baby or has grown an appendage. How amazingly cool is that? So, oh my gosh, Bentley, go. Come on, back up, buddy. Back up. Go on. He just can't get close enough to me. So yeah, what do you think? You know, I'm gonna let it ride, of course. I think it's just another arm. Super cool. All right, and then this pot, see, there's an orange pot under all those plants. I don't know, you know, maybe, maybe not. I guess it's okay right now. It's, I put a new Sunburst Aeonium in there because the other one had bolted. My blue atolls are giving me life. They're so gorgeous. And now, to close out this video, oh, say hello to Ursula. That was a gift from Al Klein. Love her. And the pot was a gift from a follower. Love it. But you guys, look at the lemon tree. She has gone crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Look at that. So, I still have leaf curl, but at least the leaves are green. There are so many blossoms on this tree. So much fruit set. I am so thankful, particularly to Robin, for turning me on to Espoma citrus fertilizer and all of your suggestions when this tree, you know, kind of decided to quit and give up. I wasn't ready to give up on it. So, you know, I've poured hundreds of dollars worth of soil additives and fertilizers into this tree, trying to get it to make a comeback, and it worked. It has come back, and it looks amazing, and it smells amazing. I'm so glad we didn't quit on it. I'm also super stoked that we did not quit on the grapefruit tree, because look at the grapefruit. If you can see it through all the ghosties, but it sure enough, it flushed all out in new leaves. It's dripping in blossoms and starting to set little baby fruits. Also, happy camper. I knew this tree was going to be okay because it was very, very healthy. It's always been very healthy. It just took a beating when we moved and I lost a couple branches. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. Well, that's my story. I love you. Tomorrow we will be in Chula Vista doing a maintenance on a project that we installed many, many moons ago. Some of you may remember the shared space installation, the professionally produced video. One of the few that I've done that have actually been professionally produced. It was really long. It's called My Succulent Life or something like that. And I'm wearing a red jacket and jumping around like a crazy person in it. But anywho, I'll be there. And check this out. The Aluaudia procera. This is the cutting we brought from Chula Vista, and I didn't know about it. Well, look. Way up top, there is life. Little things are happening up there. I don't even know what it is exactly. It might be a bloom. They're going to be thrown off from the top. But if I have green life happening way the freak up there, that means the energy is moving all the way through the plant, and she is very, very much alive. So that's awesome. My totem, so gorgeous. Okay, all right, I swear, that's it. I swear now. Okay, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. If Hannah, isn't around, she's on another cruise. She'll be back Friday. Greg is not going on this maintenance, so I'll try to do a video. I don't have a lot of help in that regard, but I'll do my best. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for joining me. And nothing too major to report in the front yard. The fountain looks great. I'm still, trying to work on the rest of it, but I promise I will get you out there soon. We have a mourning dove nesting in the eaves on the front porch, and I don't want to disturb her. So I'm just gonna, be quiet, and we'll get there when we get there. Get out in your garden, guys. Remember, send me your work. Send me pictures at Laura Loves Succulents on Instagram. Until we meet again. Bye, guys.